Alright, I wasn't gonna film this, but I have all the stuff with me, so I may as well film it. Just going out to do mountaintop. I was here a few weeks ago with a friend, and there was too much snow. There was snow at the bottom, and then I punched through, and then it was good. There was a bunch of tree cutting, a bunch of stuff going on. Made it to almost the top, and somewhere around 6,800 feet or something, there was too much snow and it was angled down off the mountain, so we decided not to continue for good reason. Now I'm just up here by myself. Bruce is over in Mexico, and then I was supposed to do this with Sean from Storytell Now last week, but things didn't line up. My Jeep was in the shop getting some windshield and stuff done, and the weather wasn't right anyways. So yeah, so I'm just out here by myself. I'm going to scout it out and stuff, and I'll probably still end up bringing the guys out here at some point, because it looked pretty good last time, and we just got up there as it was getting dark, so didn't get to see it all. So today I'm going to get a good view of that, and I might even get a good hike in. It looks like a nice drive. It's been good so far, so I guess, yeah, check it out. Got all my gear ready. My satellite is the Leo. My radio.
Dirty and dangerous crew.
See what happens. Those shiny tires. Digging at the shop. I don't usually shine my tires. Talk about a crazy rock formation. Yeah. This would be a good time for story. The story behind this place is, when I first moved here, first couple of years, I worked at Big White Ski Resort, and I could always see this place, or sorry, I just had to check a message. So yeah, the story goes, when I worked at Big White, we had these big maps up in either it was in the chalet or one of the ski huts or the patrol stations. They had these maps with all the mountains and stuff around, and different peaks and everything named. And you know, back then I was driving a car, I didn't have any off-road abilities and stuff, but I always wanted to end up on some of these peaks, but most of them are closed because they're part of a provincial park and such. So there's this one that's not, and then there's a couple others dotted throughout, but they're pretty hard to get to as well. So I always wanted to do this one, and I never did. It just fell off the list. There's other places to go. Most other places that are like this epic are, I mean, even further from me, but you know, this one kind of always just eluded me. So came a couple weeks ago with my friend, and I had to cut my way through a bunch of snowy sections, so I decided to go around other ways to try to get through, and then I ended up coming back down and then punching through it and just taking the risk, which, you know, isn't so bad if you got all the stuff you're supposed to have and you're taking those risks, which I do. So yeah, came up here, and then eventually we got just shy of the top. At the very top there's a hike beyond that, but there's a parking lot up there, and we just made it shy of the parking lot after me cutting halfway through the forest, running out of electric saw battery, and then switching to the gas saw, and then chipping away with the gas saw. But yeah, got through into like the alpine, or at least very high sub-alpine, and then there was just too much snow that would knock you off the mountain, so I had to turn around. It was also dark at the time, so today I'm trying to make it there with a little more light. Go check it out. If I can make it to the top, I make it to the top. If I can't, I might go check out some old mining shafts and not go too deep in them and stuff, just because I am by myself, but I can go at least check it out and check some of the terrain around me, and you know, see if there's any old history. A lot of the times when you have several old mines in one area and stuff, you can find like the remnants of a little community or something. And if I can and do find anything like that, then you know, we can come back with Sean and really kind of, you know, show it properly. Because again, I'm just pretty much throwing a camera on my window and going. Whereas with Sean and with Bruce and stuff, usually there's going to be like drones. We're going to stop, you know, set up some nice shots, all the behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, I mean, the good thing when it's just me is I can just haul. So make good kilometers. I got the tires aired right down. I'm at 7 right now. And obviously, if there is snow, which there really can't be, because where we got to last time, well, there's a few chunks here. There was some places or some spots on the way up last time that were a bit of a challenge, but they will be long since melted now, because that was a few weeks ago. So that won't pose an issue, which is nice. But at the very top, I would assume we're going to see no snow, if any. Maybe a little bit, but just because it's very exposed. So we'll see. I'm just running on. I should stop talking. But it's just you and me, cowboy. Running 4K today, which I probably shouldn't, but we'll see. Last time I was through here, this was all completely washed out, so oh yeah, still. Somebody else taped it and then I retaped it, but looks like somebody's removed that. The right vehicles can get around. Definitely wouldn't want to miss that on your way down when it's dark. Water always wins. Tell you, it was a lot of saw work. A lot of saw work. Good thing there's lots of firewood, so fire ban comes off anytime in the future there towards the fall. Whoa! This would actually be a good one in the fall when you start getting the snow up at the high elevations and stuff, but it's hasn't hit the lower stuff yet. That would be a nice one. this to start growing in. There's some more fun stuff. Pretty sure I was wearing Crocs too, so that was cool. Wearing Crocs when doing saw work isn't exactly the best. But I just had that or like full winter boots, but should have just put on the full winter boots. Shame, but that's the good thing about doing some of the bigger videos, especially like stuff like the Story Till Now. You know, some people complain that exposes their little hidden spots and stuff like that, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unless you're willing to put in, I mean, probably 50 hours a year for one person to keep a road open, little hidden gem, you know, and as people get older they get less inclined to want to do the trail run days and stuff, and a lot of these aren't maintained anymore by anybody, so it just takes a lot of saw work, and if no one's willing to put in saw work, these roads disappear. So at least if you get a bunch of people that, you know, want to check out an area, it's kind of everyone pitches in, even if you're not all riding together, even if it's just once a year, that other person comes up. I mean, they'll grab 2 or 3 of the big trees too, and, you know, makes it so you're not the only one that has to trim it. And a lot of these places are a lot harder to get to than some of the easier ones that are closer, which will attract a lot of the people from the bigger cities and stuff. But, I mean, one little storm and it knocks a whole bunch of these things in the way. It takes half your day just to get past them all. Like here with this one, that's fresh since I was here last, but that's alright. We're gonna pretend like it's not a thing. Oh, there's a black bear. He's gonna run across the road. There he is. There he is. Hi, buddy. Big fluffy guy. Guy. He looked like he was pretty healthy. A good sized bear. For those that don't think ahead and carry protection, you should. At least bear spray, some bear bangers, and a knife. Although, I mean, you know, once you see those things in person a couple times and find yourself walking on the same trails, it's not a bad idea to carry a firearm. Just obviously within the boundary of the law here. You have to have your firearms license. It has to be a non-restricted firearm. And I still would recommend carrying the other methods as well. You should never just have one thing and rely on it, especially like a hunting rifle, traditional, you know, hunting rifle, because stuff does happen. There's horror stories of people in a responsive situation. They flick the mag release and they don't have one chambered and stuff like that, so you always want to have some other stuff, bear spray or a knife on you. Better your odds. Lots of missing people out here, so when you're out here by yourself, you got to be all that much more careful. A lot of people think that or rely on their dog to protect them. Still should have bear spray, other things. Often dogs can attract other animals, grizzlies, cougars as well. There's a reason why when people are hunting cougars, they use several dogs. You know, and animals are always unpredictable, so treat them as such. We are at 5,900 feet. Shaky, it's hard to read. Yeah, just about 6,000 feet. This is actually, oh no, made it further last time. There's a tree up here somewhere that put a mean gouge or scratch down the side last time. I'm gonna see if I can just seek vengeance on that tree today. There we go, 6,000 feet. I mean, it's crazy to think that one of my skydives was from 5,500. No. Yeah. We are 6,200 feet. Last time there was snow throughout here. A bit of gnarly, snowy sections. I have not even seen a berm or anything with any snow in it. But we are surrounded by giant snowy mountains. Although we are the same size or close to or higher than some of the ones around us. This is a big freaking mountain. And a lot of them have snow. This one's just pretty exposed. I think it's just because this one's exposed to the sun for so much of the day, and the fact that it's at the front of a mountain range probably also contributes to it. Some mountain wildflowers there. The one that scratched me, but I also don't want to run it into it if I don't need to. You don't want to see any wildlife because not far from where park actually, where you can't drive any further. You have to hike, and then I'm going to decide at that point whether I pack up a bag and go for a hike. What the hell? Oh shit! Had my Gaia overheating, sitting on the freaking heater. There we go, it just turned off. Because I got the heater on, because I'm climbing up a mountain. And this Jeep does pretty well with cooling itself, but it is a big freaking mountain, and I'm trying to make good time, so. on Zoleo for, I might have said Gaia there, good on Zoleo for having that overheat protection. It's another good reason to have one. Just try to clip something here. It's always battle of the gear getting jostled around. I'm envious of people who actually have all their storage stuff in check. Mine's pretty good, but all right, what are we at? 6,500 feet. You can see the trees are getting smaller. A lot of these were obviously burned at some point. I don't know when they had a fire through here, but we are up there. Crazy how fast the melt happened here compared to other areas though. Not even just this mountain, just around us. Because a couple weeks ago, all these mountains, oh there's some fresh bear poo. All these mountains around were like completely snow covered, like completely. You couldn't see anything but snow. So, and this one had big thick patches in the shaded spots. A bunch of them I had to lock the differentials and kind of ran my way through, back up, ran my way through. It's kind of ill-advised, but at least when you're doing it on terrain like this, you know you can back down. And if things do get sketchy and you start going backwards, you can usually get a good turnaround. And then even if you can't turn around, you can usually winch yourself around, especially if you have at least one snatch block. One snatch block is, I mean, good enough though. That'll at least get you pivoted around, and then you can finish off the turn without it if you need to. Yeah. So I'm just shy of where I hit snow last time. Last time after punching back and forth through the snow a bunch. Looks like, is it right here? Yeah, this is where I turned around because everything was looking pretty bad. So the good thing is there's no snow. The bad thing is I don't know of any saw work being done past here, so let's just hope it's not fuzzy up here. 6,750 feet. It was a big fire when it happened. Whew. Just getting over a cold, if anyone's actually listening to this video. That's why my voice sounds a bit weird, but it was a quick recovery on that cold, so that's good. Just not the best as far as elevation with your ears popping and such, but upsy daisy. Oh, look at that. I'll give a little dip in there and then I'll back up. So there's obviously a nice little spot there, but technically that's where you can go, up on that mountain top left. But the last bunch of it, ooh, look at those big ladies down there in the distance. Technically you can get up there, but you have to hike the last. I didn't even look, I didn't do the research, but I think it's a kilometer or so. I'm not too worried. It was more of a fact-finding mission. Alright, it turned itself off because it was too hot, so Just got the door off now on it, and new cooled down battery. This is the best part. If it's not working, I have to stop and wait. But look at this cool area. I mean, it's sad that it was on fire, but it really opens up the view. Almost panoramic at this point, so the only reason it hasn't been panoramic is because there's been a mountain in the way for a whole bunch of it, but we're almost on the top of that mountain. It melted fast up here. Man, oh man, I'm stoked. I thought maybe there was going to be some spots, I don't know, there's just this feeling, because I didn't know what it looked like up here. I only know what I saw, so I didn't know if up ahead there was like a turn around the corner where it was shaded and covered in big pine trees and stuff or something, I don't know, but it looks like it's thinned out from the fire, obviously, and then all the trees up here don't get too big because you're subalpine, alpine, so even if they were to get the water, they don't get the year-round right grow conditions. I see a bunch of giant boulders to the left down a slope, which look like they've been moved there. Oh, which means this whole area has probably been mined at some point. Yeah, that's definitely tailings of some sort. That would be cool to check out. Holy Mackinac! We are up there. Okay, so yeah, there's some snow. Thought I was joking. Whoa. Also a bit of a track trap, so I can see if anyone else has been up here yet. It does not look like they have. Oh, well, it's literally the end of the road. Okay. Well, we'll see if we do the hike portion, but ooh yeah. Big mountains. Oh man, that's actually quite the climb, physically. I might go for a little hike, but I don't think I'm wanting to hike to the top of that right now. Jeez. Just don't have it in me. Definitely up there, almost 7,000 feet. And this is where the drill goes in. So I don't know if we're gonna make it up to the top there, but definitely gonna go for a little hike. Why not? Even if just to get a view. Good old BC. You barely spot the trail. Oh, it's up there. Let's see. Something science there on the lookout. Yeah, not too shabby. Sorry. All right. Now we shall climb. Setting up the pant leg zip-offs. It's not that warm up here. Not really seasoned for hiking this year yet, but been walking, so let's see what we can do. Got a can of bug spray. Sharp. Yeah, there's some snow. Almost 360. Would be up there. Well, like often happens when you're in the mountains, had to switch it up. So now I got the head mount on, so it's going to look a bit different because it might be back and forth and up and down because, well, I'm going to move my head, but the poles will come in handy. And it's also just really hard to hold one of those things when you're going up the steeper stuff. Here's some snow. What's today? Today is June. Which is 17th. Father's Day weekend. Charge rate with ski poles. 23. There it is. June. That one's for you, Dad. Never be able to do this stuff without you guys. Now let's walk up it. We don't have to. We could just walk around it, but... Whoa. My apologies if this camera angle doesn't work, but hey, don't know until you try. So a little bit of weather coming in, but looks good. Doesn't look like it'll affect us too much. It's a cool flat rock. flowers down there. Whew, just getting over a cold, so my lungs are a bit beaten. Nice little flowers. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and take a break. Okay, onward. I wanted to adjust the camera angle, make sure it's good. Look like it, so. Huh. More snow. Just a tiny bit. Definitely the first one up here, so that's first one up here a few weeks ago and first one up here now. Giddy up. That was sketchy. Subtle markings, so that's nice. Maybe next time I come through here I'll bring some my marking tape, help it out. And we'll see how that top section happens. If it's drawn out and up the side, probably do it. If it's right up that rocky face with exposure, I might wait until somebody else wants to come with me. Nice little camping spot for cougars. Okay, well, we won't have enough video and stuff for the whole way up, so I think I'm gonna stop recording for a bit, pick up where it's a bit less just up a mountain. See you in a bit. Yeah, so it's straight up. It's a burner. Stopping on a log here for a minute and catch my breath. So it's going to be straight up there, up that spine, and still upsy daisy. I'm gonna have some water. Not sure how that's going to show, but right now we're at 7,300 feet, so really just almost at the top here. The top is, it doesn't tell me how many feet, but that's okay. We'll see. Yeah, some boulders, but those who know me know I like this stuff. I love these boulder fields. It's so fun. When I'm not packed up with gear, I can kind of run around on them. Nice and grippy too. But I always save my hiking shoes just for this. That's all they're for. Las Sportivas. I don't even use them for walks around the parks and stuff. Because this, you want grip. Holy. I was also out walking last night and after work quite a bit. Must have done like 15K yesterday, which isn't crazy, but after work, then off to this. And I was out late last night too. So there's that first snow pile, second snow pile. Jeep's down there somewhere. I came from way down there somewhere. And then, yeah. Afterwards it'll be whoop whoop. Back down there. And then either whoop whoop home, or if I got time, whoop, and over here there's some mine sites, some pretty cool mines. I haven't seen them, just going off of what the research has shown. So we'll see. I could actually be talking to myself right now because it's mounted on my head and I can't see it. Holy, there's another marker. Sometimes you got to be pretty keen to spot them. I think that one would probably be better served like that, a little more visible. All right, upsy daisy, there's a spray paint. Quiet up here. No wind that I can hear. No birds. No airplanes. Which is weird because I flew just a few weeks ago for work. 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, it's all blending. And we flew over that way. Maybe I can insert some pictures from the sky right here and show you guys what it looks like from an airplane. It's crazy, but if you start your GPS tracking when you are on the ground and sit by a window, you'll usually track a line. Oh yeah. Okay. See you in a bit. I always find these interesting, not the cairns, because those are cool, but that's considered a trail in BC. I guess you could also call it a, what's it called? Sorry, I'm just out of breath. Yeah. Scurry, or what's a scurry slope, or I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, scramble, there we go, like the eggs. Yeah, a little bit of a scramble. This actually isn't too bad because you're bouldering. As you can see, the pitch isn't too bad. Like, I don't even need the poles. They don't actually really help in this stuff too much. On the way down they do, but it's actually quite well rock filled and maintained. So add a couple more to this. Just so other people can spot the line as well. I don't believe in like polluting the hillside with them, but it's nice to have them on certain points. Even little ones just to keep you on. Yeah. That one was one at some point. You can see the trail tape. All right. That's the view. Ha! You can see the Jeep down there. It's just a little speck. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna stop recording and get some pictures of that. That's cool. All right. That's the worst of it. Ooh, yeah, looks like the sun's gonna peek out a bit too. Wouldn't complain about that. Oh yeah, take a little break. So blessed to be up here. Have the abilities to do so, and big thank you to my mom and dad for giving me opportunity. Whew. We are up there, Alpine. So we're at like 7,400 right now. Probably also contributing to why I'm running out of breath. Just bagged. All right, let's get some terrace view. So that's obviously straight down. You wouldn't want that. So we almost got the full pano. Just got that left. All right, let's take a break before the last part just to add dramatic effect. All right, here we go. 4:11. June 17th, 2023. Sun's about to come out. That was the big downy down. Now we're gonna do the last uppy up. This will be nice. I wanted to do this since not long after I moved here. But I used to just have a car and didn't know that you could actually do stuff like this. But here we are. Oh, of course, there's still another last section. Helicopter landing up there. Unfortunately, I don't have a helicopter. It's a nice rock to lay down on. And for all the GoPro people, so people actually watching the video, oh, there's a bit of snow. I guess it'd be kind of wrong if we didn't quickly make a snowman. See how he's doing by the time we get down. Not really proportioned perfectly, but hey. Which of us are? Oh, 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 there you go. Got some arms. There's an eye. Oh, your eye fell out, buddy. What are you doing? Pull it together. All right, you chill there. Ooh, that was louder than I thought it was going to be. All right, one last push. Okay. So there we got our snowman here. Let's do this. Let's trip on the poles too. I mean, it's definitely not a hike for those who don't like heights. Speaking of, better push my check-in button. Oh, there you go. You can hear an airplane, which makes sense. We're at 7,400-ish, and I was hearing, or I was flying at 30,000 or something like that a few weeks ago, tracking not too far away from here. I'm taking pictures of this place from 30,000 feet. So as you can see, this is the perfect place. We'd meet a nice kitty cat named Rar. So when you're hiking by yourself, doing this kind of thing, you definitely want to have the right kind of gear, just in case you meet and it says Rar. Look at that flat rock. Come on, the camera's waiting on you. There's all these people, there's possibly people watching this. They're gonna think I'm terrible at balancing a flat rock on the top of something. Maybe I am. So, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is top of the mountain. Not just any mountain, the top of BlueJoint Mountain. Looks like a blue joint. BlueJoint Mountain. Some old guide wires. Solar panels. So they're still using these antennas, or at least were. Well, here you are. I'm sorry if it was been angled or something. I'm just trying to get up this thing. Here's the emergency helipad, I'm guessing. Doesn't look rated. There it is. From a dream 15 years ago to a reality. Follow your dreams. I'm actually not going to put those across the helipad because I don't want somebody thinking it's a emergency marker. All right, here we go. Actually have cell phone signal up here from somewhere. I don't think it's from here because none of these look like just look like radio repeaters. So catching it off of somewhere. Actually just had a call with my mom. I did a video call quickly. Say hi. This one's for you, Dad. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Looks like I'm going to be the one to open it for the year, which is a bit of a point of pride. So you got the window shutters up there. Obviously it's not going to be snowing and ripping through, so you can take off those window shutters and open up the fire tower. I actually haven't been over this side yet. Just got to the top and unloaded and everything, and looks like the porta potty's seen better days. A couple of people will be able to tip that back over. Looks wholesome. A big blue joint. Pretty phallus, right? Well, there's some snow. There's a tiny little lake over there. We are up there, so like just shy of 7,600, I believe. Check right now while we're turning around, and 75,17 is where we're at. In case anyone's wondering what it sounds like, it's fiberglass it feels like, or yeah, some kind of plastic. That is weird. Look at that. You actually have curious animals up here. You're willing to bet. Wasn't this year though. Butterfly. Little pool down there. As you can see, we are up there. Not doing anything too risky, staying away from the edges and stuff. I am by myself. I do have a satellite communicator on me, but nevertheless, prefer not to use it for anything other than check it. Rock hunting on the side here because, well, why not? Again, this isn't sketchy, even if it looks super sketchy. It's all kind of fairly just accessible, and if you slip or something, it's it's low consequence for here. See what it looks like with me in the freaking middle of it. There's the knocked over porta potty. Don't mind this. It keeps me from getting eaten. All right. So here we are. So I wasn't expecting to make it this quick, so I might actually go and check out some old mines on the way out. Because once I do the tower there, definitely can't do nothing down there. It's one of those down is down situations. Well, let's go do what we came to do. Interesting rocks so far, which is weird. Usually these areas have some nice sparkly rocks. Got nothing. Please close door. Goat will get in again. I bet. Goats are curious. Whoever drew that. Nice goat. Oh, okay. I thought I'd have to use the ladder outside. It looks like it's actually maintained a bit. It's actually pretty nice in here. Let's see if there's a way to pin this open for right now. Even a rock or something. Not just one, at least. There we go. Don't worry. We'll close it. We don't want goats in here. See if we can spot any goats. That'd be cool. Okay, enough stalling. Let's go in. A little bit of rock droppings, but not much. If anyone comes up here, please leave all this stuff. It's up here for a reason. It's nice that people leave stuff over time. Some tools, basic tools, so you can kind of keep this place maintained. Let's see if the hatch works. It does. Let's have a look. Give you guys the better view. Not because I'm in it, just to see somebody going up. There's no hibernated bear, so that's cool. And here we go. That is a gross spider. Let's have a look. That's where we came from. Oh, my battery's not great. But I brought a couple. And there's a door outside I saw that goes around, and then you can open this place up, which I'm gonna do because the snow is gone. Alright. Got the head camera on again, for better or worse. So this is one of those fantastic devices to be able to find your direction and stuff up here with the mountain charts there, which you'll see better in a minute. First we have to go out on this very sketchy walkway. Give it a test. Oh, actually it's not that bad. I'm gonna take off the window coverings for the year. I was the one putting them back on. They're often the same, but I would want somebody to kind of put them where they belong next year. Thing is, when you take off one, you take off the neighboring one too without even trying. Well, maybe we'll leave that one. This one's coming off. Still good, everything's solid. Shit is crazy. I didn't grow up in the mountains, so it's still weird to me that stuff like this exists. And that you can just walk on this sketchy little platform up on the top of this giant mountain. Oh yeah, spiders and stuff. Yeah. You actually hear a helicopter. Hopefully they're not planning on coming up here. It's my spot. I don't know if... yeah, it does. Staircase, that's what I thought you had to use to get up here. Yeah, that one seems stuck. Leave it. If they're tough, I'm not fighting with them. Alright. Final one. Looks a bit different now. I'll walk around. Dish rag. Gas stove. There is gas tanks out there that they haul in with a helicopter, I'm guessing. That can be folded out of the way for the view. That's not a very solid latch, but okay. That would be the that would be a joint, not for me. That would be the map, and then that would be the thing that you use to go. There we go. Line it up. You won't be able to through that, but essentially line it up through there. Point at the mountain you want, and then it will tell you. So right there is Mount Arthur's towards Midway. Actually, I'll show you exactly where it is. So that one right there. Mount Arthur's. What else do we got? So Christian Valley is over this way. So Christian Valley would just be over those mountain ranges. That's the way I came in last time. some crazy way up in there and over through there. And so yeah, that would be your Christian Valley. Over here we have Terraced Peak. So that would be Terraced Peak. Or, yeah. And then we got Gable Mountain, which is just over here somewhere. Mount Burns, over there. Franklin Mountain over here, so that one right there is Franklin. And that one over there is Tenderloin Mountain. I don't know if it looks like a tenderloin. Cool, super cool. Got cutlery, liquid soap. All the fixings here. You even got some shampoo, some salt. I'm surprised that the rats don't clean that, but fridge. Pretty sure it's not working. And what is it? So it's about 10 degrees. That's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit for my American friends. BlueJoint lookout bin. What is in the lookout bin? Oh, toilet paper, paper towel. Always a bonus. Nipple clamps. You need those when you're climbing up here. Not sure. Got some partial decks of cards. How do I know they're partial? Well, come on. Yeah. It's always cool seeing the history. People used to work up here. Better book. What's a better book? 2006, 2007 phone book. Crazy thing is, you actually do have full cell phone signal. BlueJoint Lookout 12 transistor radio. What make is it? Genuine top grain cowhide. Well, hey there. That's the good stuff right there. Somebody left it on. Oh, and you have to unscrew it to get the batteries out? Alright, well, it's going to take them out to make sure they don't corrode, but oh well. Do another lap around. So unfortunately that porta potty got knocked over. Won't be much for two people to get it back on there, but wouldn't mind knowing. I know that's probably radio and such, but wouldn't mind knowing for what. If it's VHF, if it's AM/FM. So there's a little helipad landing. Really thin though, I don't know. Some solar panels. Little emergency ladder down, and here's the gas tanks, and they're marked BC Forest Service, so they must still use this one for something, whether it's communications or a repeater. It's probably what the radio tower is for. Probably use some repeaters and such, or something. Alright. If we start heading down soon, I can check out some other areas and some mines. First aid kit too. Pull down the map and little ruler. Okay, stop swinging. Yeah, pretty crazy. That actually shows, so we're here at the very end of the Monachees, and there's the Monachie Mountain range there, and then you can see there's Big White. So that's why I used to see this 15 years ago when I worked at Big White. There was similar map, well, probably the exact same map, but it would pin you on the top of that mountain, and then you had reference points. So when I was looking at one of these maps from here, I saw that and I was like, whoa, BlueJoint Mountain, that's pretty cool, pretty high up there. Let's see what it says. I can't see because it's got a screw through it in meters, but either way, I already mentioned it earlier how high it is. But so there's BlueJoint, where we are, top of it. Mount Cochrane, Mount Tanner, and then Lightning Peak. So these are the mountains that you see from Big White, those beautiful blue or white caps. And then there's Big White there. And then that's actually Kelowna over here. There's where I live. So just kind of cool to see. So I drove all the way down, down here, up to here, up there, and then blah, onto that mountain. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And what else? So that's Arrow Lakes there. So there would be a ferry in Edgewood there, well, just around Edgewood, but Needles. So there's the ferry from Needles to Fauquier, whatever, however you call it. Yeah. Edgewood, Okanagan Forest District, Carmi Highlands, Kettle Forest, Okanagan Highlands, Beaverdale, Tree Farm License 8. Yeah. Rock Creek, Midway, Greenwood, Grand Forks, Christina Lake. Pretty cool. Ah! Alright, let's get out of here. So as promised, you can hear an airplane. We're at like, whatever it was, 7,400 and... Okay. So... show on the road. Just breathtaking. One of the nicest views I've seen in BC. Done a few hikes and a few mountaintop drives, but this one takes the cake. I mean, just, I don't know, it's got to show through. It's in 4K. Like, look at those beautiful mountains. Just 360 panoramic. Sure, the clouds are coming in a bit, but that actually adds a bit of character to the sky. Okay, let's get out of here. It's not a very defined trail. Okay, edit that out. Or don't, whatever. See the rain. Alright. See you next time, BlueJoint. And other BlueJoint. Looking a bit green these days, but All right. BlueJoint Mountain. Let's change the name. Okay. Let's do this. The thing about these hikes on the way down, they're a little bit harder to keep track of, because you can go wrong ways too. A place like this, you're not going to end up too far though. You'll end up at the edge. So at least there's that. And then try and stand really still. You can see the Jeep down there, way down there. My silver dream down there, El Jizzle. Good place to bring poles if you got them. You'll always appreciate poles on the way down if you buckle your knee, that's for sure. We're gonna go against the golden rule and not take the exact same way down, just because I want to walk this ridge line. How could I not want to walk that ridge line? Look at that. Here. Last little view. And then we'll go down. I keep saying we because, well, you're with me. Whether you can do this with your situation or not, you can always watch it on here. Yeah. Woo! Nothing wrong with that. Oh man, looks like our snowman bit the dust. There's bottom half. Oh, there's the middle half, and there's his head down there. Yeah, let's put them back together. There we go, buddy. You just get in there. A little worse for wear, but a nice waterfall down there. Don't know if you can see it, but that's obviously the snow from whoop, whoop, whoop. And whoosh. So that's a nice ridge line. It looks like there's a trail. Some of those are sled trails though. So either that or hiking trails. I saw a bunch were hiking trails. That's why this one's a bit of a hybrid, because it's got hiking trail and it's got, you can drive to a bunch of it. But I definitely don't recommend it for people that aren't in at least decent shape, used to hiking, because it's a bit of a burner, as you can see. So we're gonna have to go whoop, whoop. You can see that next marker there. It's down the backside. It's actually a little bit gnarly, considering, but nothing too crazy. You can kind of stick to low points like this. But as you can see, just stunning views the entire way, especially down. So I'll keep it rolling for this. I don't know that there's much of a point in keeping it rolling driving down. Maybe I'll get some shots, but I mean, this is where it's at. Yeah. So I'm gonna shut it off for a bit and just get some kilometers down. Another nice little section of the trail I thought I'd show you. Ooh. Getting a bit lower. It's up there. Just trucking away. Chugging away. And here's the top of that boulder field. It's on the way up. Or if you don't have gear, you can run. Jumping around on them, but we want to make it out of here, so take her easy. Also trying to make sure I keep on my coordinates. It's not a very well marked trail through this section. So next time I come, I'm gonna probably mark it out a little bit better, just for other people. Helps out. Go. Reconnected with the trail. So there's a little snow we saw earlier. You can see kind of a worn in path here. The rocks we stacked earlier, which I could actually see from up there, which was handy. These are a bit loose, so I'm gonna watch my step. Also gotta watch when you plant these things, they can lock you into stuff. I like this part, I really do. All right, back to the actual trail. I swear I just heard something. Saw that nice juicy bear on the way up, so you never know. So that's the trail. Just gonna go and check this out. Still looking for a rock. I usually find rocks everywhere I go. Yeah. Beauty. Happy Father's Day. I didn't account for snowball drop. Need a snowball drop compensation formula. All right, well, see you down there. Don't want to bore you people. Update. Still chugging along. Jeep is just down there. It's hard to see now because there's a couple of trees blocking it, but on the trail, as you can see. My knee's starting to say hello because, well, it's not 20 anymore. Wouldn't know it by the trails I'm choosing, but hey, we got it. I also mentioned earlier I got super grippy shoes on. I just wear these puppies for hiking. They grab on perfect. Last Sportivas. I've had a different pair that I used to use for mountain trail running, and you're really counting on the grip then. But truth be told, I watched a bunch of movies with Alex Honnold, that world famous climber that free solos things, and it's usually who he trusts. So you can't really get a better tester than that. So it's not that I want to be like him, but if you can trust it, I'm probably pretty good. Big snowy patch. Okay, stop boring you. Came from up there. Just taking a little bit of a detour. That rock doesn't look too damn stable, does it? Okay. Little snowy detour. All right. Beauty. Make sure we're not being stalked by a kitty cat. hear another airplane. There's that pink algae. See if I can see the airplane this time. Yeah, there he is. So again, we're 7,000 feet. So that one's probably 25,000 maybe. Wonder if they can see stupid me. I got a pretty bright backpack for that reason. Also, because a friend and the guy that started Wings of Mercy, which we fly drones to help families of missing persons after the search has been called off. Shane, he started Wings of Mercy and also developed software called Locate, which we run our drone data through, and it's software that he developed for search and rescue purposes to isolate the proper color, the exact color pixel of what you were wearing. So if family or friends have a picture of you, maybe even on Facebook or on their phone, that has that same item that everyone knows you'd be wearing, then they can search for that with the drone data instead of us looking through just manually to look at the drone data. So that's a pretty cool thing, and it's being used around the world now. There's another system to help find people. I mean, that's the thing. People come out to places like this, and you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. I have a small knife, big knife, got a firearm. I'm not going to go into what it is because of the YouTube rules and all that stuff, but up here by myself, and there is kitty cats up here, so I don't want to meet them on bad terms. Just doing a little side detour actually. We're just 10-15 feet off the trail. Oh, there's some shiny rocks. So that's the thing, is I'm still looking for a good rock. Haven't got a good rock today. Is that a bear or a burnt log? That's a burnt log. That's cool. I like seeing bears when I'm in the Jeep, not so much when I'm out. Same goes for mountain lions. This just looks like a mountain lion den right here. But I also have some big roaming territory, so sure, if one of those things smells and hears me popping around the corner, he's gonna try and get away. Checking it out. Some of these places have some good history, so you never know when somebody left something fun. Oh, that's a skin knuckle. Let that be the worst of it and I'll be happy. Another airplane. A lot of the ones going from Calgary over to Vancouver and Calgary to Kelowna. This is where they go, right above here. And if I have the editing time, I'll put in another little map or a picture here to show you the line. Okay, that's enough. All right, almost at the bottom. Thought I'd posture up on that rock for a minute. Okay. It's not that you lose the trail, you can't really go too far off, but it's that it just isn't as easy without the trail, so it's nice when you find the sections that are a bit trampled down. See, there's a marker there. Definitely going to bring some trail tape up next time. Mark out some of this a little bit better. I like to encourage the use of places like this instead of try to keep it as a secret, because I mean, what good is it if no one can come up here because it's overgrown, you know? There it is again. There's some more snow. Quick snowman. I just have to. I can't not make a snowman. There. Another little, whoa, going down. Another quick little snowman. All right. And there's the Jeep, ladies and gentlemen. Mini tank brought me here. It's actually kind of nice to see it right now because I thought it was still another 20 minutes away, so a little bit of a bonus. One last peek at where we were. Don't want to give it away too much before, but there it is. Bingo bango. And we actually saw the Jeep from up top. Don't know if it came through in good enough resolution, but as you can see, there it is. So I did bring my rangefinder, and I took a range shot to see how far it would be as the crow flies, which doesn't matter when you're hiking, but it was somewhere around 750, 800 yards from the parking lot up to the tower, because I was using the tower as the spot I was reflecting off of, because it used a laser and reflects back and blah blah blah. It's a pretty good one, pretty accurate to 3,000 yards, so it's definitely well within its abilities. Yeah, I'm not a crow, I do not fly, so that doesn't matter. Some info on the lookout. Try to sit still and let people get a look at it. You can pause it. So from the late 50s to almost 2000, the lookout was manned every spring, summer, and fall. Well, that's crazy. All right, see you later. Got a little marking here, just on some electrical tape, saying June 17th, 2023. It's good to the lookout. Just in case people are wondering, I was wondering, you know, is it going to be all for naught? Same thing. Mark that up, use at own risk, of course, because, well, you're walking through the mountains by yourself or with people. So, all right, here's to the next time. All right, time to head down. If you like the video, or even part of the video, it'd be cool if you like the video. So hit the like button on the video. All right. Let's go down. Let's make a mockery of the last bit of snow. I'm not going to film much of the way down, just because there's not much point. You already saw the way up. Then you start from the top. burned down all the battery I got. I'm recharging the other two, but just in case I see something cool. Just get up here. Opens up a bit. Crawl my way down. Excuse that, sorry. There's some roads that we take. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed it. Is there anything else cool? I will put it in here. If not, well, happy Father's Day again. Catch you in the next video. This is kind of cool. So much snow last time here, I couldn't even tell this was a camping spot. Alright, catch you in the next one.
Houston to New Orleans as a heat wave grips much of the southern U.S. The National Weather Service issued excessive heat warnings for the region through tonight. In Texas, the heat index topped 100 in much of the state and 120 in some areas.
But we're also pretty close to the
States. A newly released national survey of first responders shows a high level of stress and widespread staffing shortages.
Okay. So here's the washout, or one of them. I'm actually just going to go back and tape a marking on there just so people see it. Alright, marked it a little in advance and then marked this all off so people don't find that at night. Sparkle tape I usually keep for that reason. And then I attached a bunch of stuff here just so people don't miss it at night or something. Alright, well, the rest is up to them, isn't it? This is the crazy thing. That mountain right there, center screen now, you can just see is BlueJoint Mountain when I was just on. How crazy is that? I'm actually just getting out my other camera to see if I can zoom in far enough to make it count. Get that picture of it. That is crazy. That was all the way up there on the very top. Those big blue joints are. Seems a bit nutty, but there is a trail up there. Yeah. Let's go ahead and see this. Nope. Oh, I'm good. I got a big fucking stump behind me. Pardon my language. Oh, that's a big girl. Nerve-wracking going down, that's for sure. Woohoo! Yeah. Well, if you didn't believe me that there was a trail, well, there was. Wow. As if this is even a road. I do not want to have to drive a logging truck down this. Well, I guess they wouldn't. I don't know. Well, this is crazy. I can't explain like the angles here. This is heavy equipment. This is not, this hasn't been dealt with for vehicles. Jesus. Going down, I'm gonna have to freaking crawl. That was a not so great idea. They happen, you know, especially when you're trying to get to the tops of mountains, and for some reason there's even a road here. I'm aired down, it's lower than usual too. Yeah. There's a big log in the way. But I think we're at the top. I think we're on the top of Mount McKinley here. Close to. Definitely as close as you can get, because that was ill-advised. I guess technically as close as you can get would be up here. So let's do it quickly. Let's pick our line. Diff's locked. Ugh. Gets us around that tree. Just a little underbrush. Not that that means anything, but yeah, we are at the top. It would be panoramic if it wasn't for like the fact that this isn't a road and hasn't really been cleared. Like it looks like it was. Whoa, there's the. I thought I could just crawl over that, but apparently I cannot. Skinny. Oh, another big one. Oh. Yeah. That was a solid idea. It's a valiant effort. Not getting higher on this mountain. Let's see if you did, you'd have to go right, which isn't possible. You'd have to hike. There's no road. It's gonna be fun getting down. That's pretty freaking steep. All right. Not all ideas are good ones, right? Oh. That's what the big breakers are for. Oh. That felt nice. Alright, here's the unpleasant, steeper, probably way steeper than it looks like on camera. Put that in the lowest gear I got. A 4:1 gear ratio, Ruby box, 513 gears, 37-inch tires. Crawling. All right, time to go home. Oh, another one. No, yeah, I forgot about this one. Again, it probably doesn't look too bad, but that is frickin' straight down. Woo. Alright, one last goodbye to BlueJoint Mountain, which is conveniently behind those trees right there right now. There it is on the right. See you later.